Close this file and not save it. So Command W. Oh, I have to commit to the cropping or don't crop before I close it. So I'm not going to crop it. And I'm not going to save it. And I'm going to pick another photo. So let's go to our JPEGs one more time. Pick a JPEG and pick a photo, any photo that you want. Open with Photoshop. All right, so what are we going to do with this photo? We're going to crop it a bit, and then we're going to make the canvas size a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to teach you how to do vertical text. All right, so let's get a crop tool, and whatever you have here, let's clear that, and then we can just crop around exactly what we want. These ladies. Very good. Hit return, and it crops it. All right. So the image size, by the way, it's Option Command I to bring up image size. So there it is. Notice that it's a certain dimension, right? And so what we want to do is we want to increase the size around the photo to be bigger so that we can put stuff around the photo. So let's go and all right, so here's our photo, and let's Command J our photo, Command J this layer, Command J to duplicate it, and then take this background layer and lock and hide it, right? So now we're working on this layer. And let's crop our photo. Let's get our crop tool, and whatever numbers you have here, clear it. So then you can create your own size. So I'm just gonna crop around this group like this. Press return, and it's cropped. Okay, so that image, what we want to do with this is to put a color around it, and then put text, vertical text. But in order to put color around it, now that I've cropped it, I've got to make the canvas a little bit bigger. So if you press Option Command I, this is the size of the image, right? And notice the numbers, and it's the image size. I'm going to cancel that. Now press Option Command C, and this is the canvas size, and it's exactly the same image. So if I change it to inches, it's exactly the same as what it was before. But instead the canvas, now we can make the canvas bigger, not the image, but the canvas. And here's what I mean. So let's change this to percents. And right now you see 100%, 100%. That's the number. But let's make this a little bit wider. So 120%. And 130% in terms of the height. And I want this to be white. The extension to be white. Hit OK. So there it is. The white is actually put on this layer. So if we turn off layer 1, you can see that the white is put on the background. So, but we've hidden that layer, so we've got to create our own. What matters most is that our canvas, the actual canvas, is bigger than the photo, and then we can put in our own stuff around this thing. So let's do that. So we're going to get our rectangle tool right here, and we're just going to create a box like so. So we just created a box. It's the rectangle, and we need to put it below our photo. So put it below our photo. Notice that the rectangle is bigger than the actual canvas, because that's okay, because we're not actually going to see this stuff outside of it. The canvas limits what we see. I'm going to change the color of the rectangle. Double click on this little icon right here and choose a kind of like a brown frame, something like that. Okay, and then so there we go. The canvas is now, the rectangle's on the canvas and the photo's in the center. So now let's add some text, vertical text. So let's get our text tool, and if you click and hold down, you get this vertical text tool. All right, so let's click here and just type out freestyle. It's a little bit large, so I'm going to Command A, select it, and in my properties panel, shrink it down a bit, like so, and get my move tool and move it down, something like this, right? I'm going to change the text of that, the font, to be more blocky. Something like that. You pick whatever font you want. All right, so now I'm going to duplicate this layer. Command J, freestyle copy. I'm going to double click on it and type in Academy. All right. And with that layer selected, get my move tool V, and I'm going to make sure my selected auto select layer is on and drag that over here. Okay, something like that. So that's the vertical text tool. Now, let's make a curved text down here with your name so I know it's yours. So let's get our ellipse tool. Get an ellipse tool like this. And then if you click and drag an ellipse, something like this, don't worry that it's covering up anything. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to put the circle like that. Okay? And we're going to change the fill to be nothing and the stroke to be black and 1 pixel. Okay, you can kind of see it there. It's very thin. All right,